Communications giant Digicel and WIV Cable will not be merging, and according to WIV's director Nigel Wardle, there are categorically no plans whatsoever to sell the company. However, the two companies have struck a pioneering deal in which Digicel will be able to access WIV's fiber optic network in case of a failure on Digicel's system, and also offer redundancy services shared by both companies, including broadband. The deal will be finalized this week by corporate officials from both companies after years of intense negotiations, and instead will be more of a barter system as opposed to the rumored merger currently being reported. CEO of Digicel Turks and Caicos, E.J. Saunders, tells News 4 that the swap in services is the first of its kind in the nation.
WIV, I'm not sure we all know, has a pretty advanced fiber optic network, and that fiber optic runs to all of its customers, particularly here in Providenciales. And we took the opportunity to secure a capacity on that fiber. And so what it does is does two main things for us. It allows us to provide redundancy to our network. And so in the case of any type of failure on our network, particularly going to Arcos, our network traffic can then overflow into WIV's fiber network.
The agreement will see Digicel actively competing with Lime, as they will now be able to offer fixed landline packages to corporate customers. Saunders confirmed that Digicel and WIV share a bond already through their linkage in Grand Turk, which happened when the phone company first appeared on the Turks and Caicos market.
And it also it opens up the ability for us to be able to sell fixed line services to customers who are already linked up. We have a fixed wireless license that allows us to provide fixed services, but it would mean, particularly for the big customers, that we would have to put radio equipment on top of their rooftops, and so it limits the ability to who we can offer fixed line services to. So this has now opened up that possibility, but the main reason is that we wanted to utilize the fiber backbone that WIV have in terms of redundancy purposes. In order to achieve that, we needed to do an interconnect between our network and WIV's network.
Officials from the WIV camp tell News 4 that the move will also be a breakthrough for WIV customers in Grand Turk, as it allows for internet to be provided to Grand Turk customers through Digicel's fiber optic network. WIV suffered a major infrastructural and financial loss in Grand Turk following the recent devastation of Hurricane Ike. Nearly 75% of WIV's poles were knocked down during the storm.
WIV, Lime, and Digicel links up to Arcos that goes internationally. And so if something happened to our network or going out to Arcos, it would limit our abilities to be able to make international calls. So we wouldn't have any calls to be able to go out. Now, with ours linking our network to WIV's network, if something happened to our to our cell site out at Northwest Point, it will automatically fail over to WIV's network, and it will come over the fiber optic cable. And if if a pole goes down out at Northwest Point and it breaks one of your fiber optic cables, your traffic will then overflow into our network. So we back up each other's network.
Digicel currently shares an interconnect link with Lime, formerly Cable and Wireless, which allows Lime customers to call Digicel customers and Digicel customers to contact those on Lime's network.
Well, this was a no-brainer for with both companies, and so we've been as soon as we discussed it, we realized it made sense. So they've been able to, it brings in some business for WIV. It opens up some possibilities for them that we could provide redundancy for them, because they're offering services, broadband services, so in case they have any network type failures, they could switch over to our network. So it was a no-brainer. I think what people have heard in the past is that it was been my desire to always be interested in content, and so I've looked around with Digicel, looked around in terms of where we can possibly buy into content, and WIV and any other television stations had come up on our radar. So I think people had heard that, but that deal has not been done. And if it ever becomes for sale, we'd love to be able to speak with the owners.
Saunders tells News 4 that work in Providenciales will begin in the next day or so. For WIV 4 News, I'm Angie Saint.